Hello everyone, welcome to Power on the Hour. Just want to stop and reflect for a moment of the last 20 hours when she started this campaign. We are all feeling so humbled with the tremendous support and love that each and every one of you have been giving us. It's just overwhelming, and we want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of our heart. But don't stop. We're here till 10 o'clock tonight, and we still got our goal to 900. And please keep giving. Please open up your heart, open up your pockets, and we look forward to making a l'chaim with you at 10 o'clock tonight. So in case any of you don't know who I am, my name is Sylvia Silkin. And the video you're about to watch is a wonderful lady, Mrs. Sylvia Silkin. She is my mother-in-law, otherwise known as our beloved Bubby. I got married in the year 1998, about 20 years ago now, just over. And I joined the family. Just after I joined the family, I just felt that tremendous closeness and warmth to my mother-in-law. And I joked to my friends and I said to them, does every daughter-in-law feel like that to their mother-in-law? Soon found out they didn't, but I felt that way. And I also felt I must be my mother-in-law's favorite daughter-in-law. And didn't take very long for me to see that Bubby, Mrs. Sylvia Silkin, loved each and every one of her daughters-in-law, loved her children, her family and her friends, each and every one of them who came in contact with Sylvia Silkin felt an immediate bond and an immediate love. So they were active in Seed for about 30 years. They started Seed together with Rabbi Grunfeld and Ayala from their house in Stamford Hill. And you go there today, they've got a small office between their hall and their kitchen, stacked every cupboard with tons and tons of files and papers. Those days there was no computers. And out of their house ran the Seed London office. My mother-in-law was active. This was her job, this was her work. She didn't look at it as her job or her work. She looked at it as life itself. The passion she felt to give and to educate and to inspire. The Seed seminars that she helped to run with my father-in-law, may he live and be well, the Purim parties that came out of their small dining room, the one-to-one centres my mother-in-law was running across the UK on a Wednesday evening. For those of you who used to go to those, she was every Wednesday evening busy with them. So she lived an unbelievable and fulfilled life. So you're about to watch a video, a small snapshot of her life. And I was sitting here for the last few days thinking, what can I share with everyone? How can I take a woman whose whole life of 71 years, so full, and just put it in a small little speech of 2 to 3 minutes? I wasn't able to. So I just thought I'll just focus on the last few weeks of her life. So about 2 months ago, she was diagnosed with a terrible disease in her head. And we found out not long afterwards that it was the big C. And obviously we were all absolutely devastated because my mother-in-law had suffered a lot with different ailments and health issues in her life. For those of you who know her, she never showed it. She never complained. And it was just so sad when this was like the final straw. So I had the merit of sitting in the hospital with her for hours. We had different shifts. We never left her alone. And I sat with her just after she was diagnosed. And this is what I'd like to share with all of you today. When she first heard the doctor's report, it was an unbelievable experience. She just sat there and didn't complain. She was totally calm. She didn't say, oh, why me? Why do I have to go through this? Why can't I live longer? I wanted to do this. Nothing. She just heard it and was totally calm and totally at peace. And I said to myself, it was literally all the lessons of all the inspiration she had shared with all her friends and all her Seed families all through the years, all coming together in a life moment towards the end of her life and really imbuing those lessons that she had shared all her life now in her own personal journey. So I sat with her and I was sitting in the hospital, getting all emotional, and it was unbelievable. First of all, the love and the thanks and appreciation she shared with the hospital staff, making sure they were okay, offering them a drink, asking them do they want a chair to sit down on, always worried about somebody else and never about herself. Actually, it was the day before she passed away, and she had a carer in her house. And obviously, it was around the time of the virus, and the carer was washing her hands all the time. And my mother-in-law, a day before she passed away, looked down at the carer's hands and said, "Oi, your hands are chapped." And she called out to my father-in-law and said, "Zadie, please could you get some cream to give to the carer's hands?" And we were just like, oh, that was Bubby, always worrying about somebody else and not herself. So I'm sitting in the hospital, sitting next to her, and we're just chatting. And I decided to be a brave daughter-in-law. And I said to her, "Bubby, can I ask you something?" So she says, "What, Sarah?" So I said, "How is it that you're so calm? How is it that you're just so at peace and you're smiling and you're happy? Tell me, how come you're so brave?" And she sat there and she said to me, she goes, "Sarah," she said, "I feel so blessed. I look back at my life and I feel I used it as best as I possibly could. I tried in all areas, so I'm calm." And I sat with her and we went through all different types of episodes in her life, her family holidays, her Shabbat meals where the children would sing and sing and sing. And we talked about her Sheva Brachot that she had in her house, and her one-to-one learning and all her lessons and all her education that she did. She was calm. She was at peace. Why? Because she knew she'd used every moment of her life to the full. And she felt she was ready. She was prepared to meet her creator. She'd done everything she needed to do. So my blessing to each and every one of you who are here watching and listening, you're about to, as I say, watch a small snapshot of Mrs. Sylvia Silkin's life, is that each one of us should feel that we're making the most of every moment of our life. And we wake up in the morning and we think, "No, another day in lockdown." No. Let's think to ourselves, how can I do more today than I did yesterday? What area do I need to work on, that I need to grow on? How can I focus more on my family? Let's each and every one of us take the lessons of Bubby, who used every single moment to the full, and let each one of us try our best to live each moment of our lives to the full.
There's you again. They've gone back to you because there was a problem. There's a problem with you. What's happening? Look. It's just you. Who's playing?
You're in the show.
Ah,
Shut it. You're in the show.
I'm in the show.
Please now, please.
met Sylvia sometime in 1986 when, together with my family, I attended a Seed Challenge seminar. Sylvia, together with Yitzhak, welcomed us and made sure that we had everything we needed, and subsequently accompanied us on our journey of discovery of Yiddishkeit and of all the wonderful personalities connected with Seed.
Sylvia and Yitzhak were such a special couple in opening their home to us, being so warm and inviting. Some 30 years later, our youngest daughter has married into the greater Silkin family, and to have seen Sylvia at the Chasna in October 2018 was a very special treat indeed.
We spent many Shabbases with her and her family, and they were very uplifting. We loved the songs and the Devar Torahs. It was just wonderful.
She had a great big smile on her face, and with her amazing husband, Yitzchak, the Havdil Ben Chaim L'Chaim, they both welcomed us into their hearts and into their homes and into their family. We remember the first night schmoozing with her, and we felt rather small, being surrounded by all these people. But what she said really had a tremendous impact on us and affected us forever.
Sylvia and Yitzhak were very, very instrumental in our early days with Seed. Whenever I think of Sylvia, I always smile.
She used to look after everyone, the participants, and then especially the girls, all the volunteers. If there are any problems, she always used to iron them out. She was just a loving person. We're going to miss her terribly so.
She always empowered people to be able to do things that they maybe thought they couldn't do. She stretched you out of your comfort zone to be able to do things. The word can't wasn't in her dictionary at all, and she made sure it wasn't in anyone else's dictionary either.
She opened her heart and her home to my husband when he was a young student, and he became part of the Seed family, and I was welcomed to that team very warmly as a young colour 30 years ago. She was like a second mummy to us. She shared our life with so much nachas.
I can't tell you how many families began their Jewish journey and spiritual growth at the Silkin Shabbos table.
We have very fond memories of the wonderful Shabbat we spent with Sylvia and Yitzhak at their home in Stamford Hill. Their warm and generous hospitality will remain imprinted on our memory forever.
Sylvia was an absolute powerhouse of a human being. So many people owe the way they live their lives today to her warmth, her empathy, her wonderful smile, insight, and innate good sense.
She was always upbeat, positive, and ready to help. She had an infectious laugh, and I can remember her in the early Seed seminars, always ready to listen if required or needed.
They welcomed us with open arms into the Seed family, and they told us, we're your family now. And we literally became part of their family.
We will always remember her for her positivity and her beautiful smile and concern for others.
Although I didn't see Sylvia often, whenever I met her, it was like I was her long-lost special friend.
And we used to say to her, no, Sylvia, yes, thank you. It's nachas for us, but it's your nachas, Sylvia. It's your nachas and Yitzchak's and Seed. It's all your nachas.
Her warmth and down-to-earth sense of humor, common sense, approachability, and sensitivity drew everyone towards her.
She was a profound influence in the most understated manner.
She was simply an explosion of joy, always smiling, always very, very positive.
Darling Sylvia, we only have wonderful, fond memories of her.
Sylvia, you'll be forever missed and forever remembered with much affection and hakaras hatov.
A true Eishes Chayil who will be so missed.
She has touched and will continue to touch many, many thousands of lives, and we just know with full conviction that her neshama should have an aliyah.
I will never forget her.
Okay, are you as emotional as I am? So the Shaloshim of Sylvia was a couple of weeks ago. And we all know that every mitzvah we do in the merit of a soul is an aliyah, is a merit for their soul in heaven. And as we've all seen, Bubby's passion, Sylvia Silkin's passion was seed. It was her life, her joy. So if we could all ask you today to take on an extra mitzvah in her merit, and please donate to Seed to carry on their unbelievable, amazing work in memory of Sylvia Silkin. We would so much appreciate it. It will be an aliyah for her soul, a comfort for her family, and a huge help for Seed to carry on its unbelievable, amazing, and inspiring work. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.